So today, Arsenal Football Club approached Newcastle midfielder Yohan Cabaye and placed a bid in the region of 10 million. I'm not entirely sure what to make of this. Why didn't we get this guy before the start of the season? And I'm shocked that we're going for Cabaye after being linked with the likes of Fellaini, Bender, Fabregas, Gundogan, Kondogbia, all these top class midfielders, and we're going for Cabaye. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a top class player, and frankly that 10 million bid is an insult to Newcastle because he's worth at least 15 if not 20. He's not the solution to our problems though. He's pretty much just a younger version of Arteta, very similar kind of player. And if we wanted him, why didn't we buy him in previous transfer windows when we've been linked with him? And well, his price is going to keep getting inflated the longer we leave it if we are in for him. He'd be a short-term solution merely because he'd fill in for that game against Fulham, and when Arteta's back and when we've got our other midfielders back, etc., Rosicky, Ramsey when they're back from injury, he's going to get dropped. So what's the point in getting Cabaye? He's a player that, in my opinion, is not world-class. I want a world-class player at Arsenal, not average, mediocre players. Yeah, okay, because Cabaye is probably, he's not mediocre, he's decent, but has he been proved at the top level? No, he hasn't. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of our club being run by people who couldn't give a damn about the club itself. It sickens me that people like Stan Kroenke and Ivan Gazidis are only at the club for financial gain. When we moved into this new stadium, I thought, yeah, okay, we're going to be a big club with big money. And Wenger and the board have boasted the whole season saying we've got money, we can go out and spend it, we can compete with the likes of City and United in the financial market. And what have we done? We haven't made a single bid for a player all summer. Okay, maybe that is a bit incorrect. We probably have made bids. There's the 40 million and £1 bid for Suarez, which has been rejected. But it's all well and good making bids. But if you haven't got the intent to go and carry on with those bids and up the price in the inflated market, you've got to pay up to these kind of prices. And you've boasted so much over the season that we've got the money to spend, and you're not spending it. It's beyond a joke. Why didn't we bring in players before the first game of the season? Why haven't we done that? And you've seen from that first game of the season against Villa that we need to strengthen, that we've got so many defenders missing now, we've got midfielders missing, and it's evident that we need a new striker. The amount of chances Giroud missed in that first game, despite scoring a goal. And don't get me wrong, I do like Giroud, he's a fantastic player, but he's simply not world class. He's good, but he's not world class. And we need to improve so much in this squad. And why didn't we have the targets in place before the start of this game? And why didn't we bring them in? We've got so many injuries, and we're simply such a thin, weak squad at the moment. And we're a laughing stock to a lot of teams. What are the likes of Van Persie going to be thinking about our club now? He's got a 4-1 win against Swansea away, and we're losing 3-1 at home to Aston Villa with a team that should be dominating that game. And we are just a laughing stock at the moment. We are becoming a mediocre club, and this is what I don't want happening to Arsenal, because we're run by all these people that couldn't care at all about the club. Stan Kroenke has put more money into his farming industry than he has into Arsenal Football Club. And it's beyond a joke now. It's absolutely beyond a joke. They're taking the mick in some ways with all these stupid bids for players like Cabaye. Like I said, it's an insult to Newcastle. He's worth about 20 million, the guy, and 40 million a pound is a joke to Liverpool. Why didn't you might as well have bid 40 million pound a penny to activate his release clause. It's ridiculous how badly our club is run, and the management, Wenger, a guy who, over the time I've been making these videos, I haven't really said, in all honesty, that I want him out of the club. But I'm starting to get that way now. The board has allocated this £80 million or whatever, or even 180 million now that we're hearing. That all this is in the bank, and we can't buy reinforcements to the club. And we're losing out. We're losing out on players because Wenger's not paying 2 or 3 million more, and he's haggling, which in an inflated market you really cannot be doing. The likes of Higuain, Jovetic, Navas, we've seen slip through our fingers. And Luis Gustavo doesn't even want to come to Arsenal. He'd rather go to Wolfsburg than Arsenal, a team that finished 11th in the Bundesliga, aren't even competing for Champions League football at the moment. And all that hard work we put into getting 4th place last season, we could so easily blow on Wednesday night. So easily blow it. The amount of injuries in the squad, the lack of depth in the squad. When we're going out against Fenerbahce in a Champions League qualifier with the likes of Nico Yanaris in that team, it says it all. Nico Yanaris, yeah, don't get me wrong, I think he will be a good player. But he's a youth player, playing a professional game. He should be in the youth squad, not the professional team, especially in a game this important. And it sickens me that we haven't got players in before these games. You need to get the players in before the pre-season so they can bed into the squad, gel with their teammates and have a good start to the season. And we're bringing in players in after that first game. And then we're going to have to rush them into the team, which is not a good thing to do. If we do bring in someone in by the Fulham game, they're going to be rushed into that team. And then you're going to have all this competition in the squad, which, don't get me wrong, is a good thing, but we're going to be keeping other players out of the squad. And there are just so many problems at the club at the moment. We are a club in massive, massive crisis. To solve these problems, what we've got to do is got to get rid of that board. We've got to bring back David Dean. I've said it before, but he's the guy who would answer our problems. David Dean back, give Usman some shares. People that actually care about the club, rather than these pricks like Gazidis and Kroenke, who couldn't give a damn about the club itself and are here for gain, personally. And did they even watch Arsenal? I doubt they do. And what was Gazidis even doing on the Asia tour? He should have been back at Arsenal, sorting out transfers. And what annoys me most is that the board are contemplating giving Wenger a new deal, especially at this time in the summer, when we should be sorting out transfers, not a new contract for our failure of a manager in some respects. 8 years trophyless, 8 years with nothing to his name in 8 years at the club. It's beyond a joke that they're offering him a new deal after losses to Bradford, Blackburn. And don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-Wenger at the moment, but I'm certainly inclined to feel that way, as a lot of fans should. And you've got to respect my opinions here, because it's just not on how we have had the whole summer to bring in players before the start of the Aston Villa game. He didn't, we got injuries and we were playing players out of position, and it has cost us 3 goals, 3 points, and we're already behind other clubs before we know it. And this guy does not deserve a management deal, especially not in this time in the summer when we should be sorting out new transfers that we need more than we need Wenger to sign a new deal. And I'm just disgraced by Arsenal Football Club at the moment. We're just a mockery of a club at the moment. We're turning into Liverpool. I hate to say it, but if we don't bring in anyone and players that aren't willing to move to us, we're turning into Liverpool. Liverpool, if we could eat Tottenham, a lot of Arsenal fans aren't going to want to hear this. Tottenham have a much, much stronger team than us at the moment. With Gareth Bale, they are title contenders with the team they've got. And what I'm reading in the paper that they're going to sign the likes of Willian, and he's a top-class winger. And who are we linked with? Johan Cabaye, a Newcastle midfielder. An injury-prone Newcastle midfielder. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Why can't we make intent and bid for Fellaini, Gundogan, Bender, even Lewandowski? He could still come to us. It's just a joke how poorly the club is run. And I haven't got much else to say on the matter. I just need to get that out of my system because it's been building up for a long time now. And we've got to do something. We've got to sort out our season. Because at the moment we are in big, big, big trouble.